Have you ever pondered on the current state of affairs in the United States and its implications? A question worth considering indeed. Recognizing our country's present situation and potential future becomes crucial in this ever-changing world. In this quest for understanding, we can look towards other nations' experiences. They can serve as warnings or perhaps lessons to help us navigate our own path. One such nation that could provide us with valuable insights is our neighbor to the north, Canada. So, what can we learn from Canada's recent past and present? Let's start with the economy. Canada's economy has been a mixed bag of triumphs and challenges. The country has experienced periods of robust growth, largely fueled by its rich natural resources and strong trading relationships. However, it has also grappled with economic downturns, resulting from global economic shifts and internal challenges. The oil and gas sector, a key driver of Canada's economy, has faced pressures from environmental concerns and shifting global energy markets. These economic dynamics mirror those in the United States, as both nations seek to balance economic growth with environmental stewardship. Socially, Canada has been a beacon of diversity and inclusion. Its multicultural tapestry is woven from a rich blend of cultures, languages, and traditions, but this hasn't come without its challenges. Tensions have arisen over issues such as immigration and indigenous rights. The United States, with its own diverse population, faces similar social tensions. In both nations, the quest for social harmony is ongoing. Politically, Canada has seen a swing towards more progressive policies in recent years. Issues such as climate change, healthcare, and social justice have taken center stage. Yet even in this progressive climate, there has been a rise in populist sentiments, with some Canadians feeling left behind by the pace of change. This political landscape is not dissimilar to that of the United States, where progressive and populist forces are also in play. Lastly, let's not forget the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Canada's response has been marked by a strong emphasis on public health measures and economic support for businesses and individuals. The pandemic's effects are still being felt, and the recovery process is ongoing. The United States, too, is navigating its own pandemic recovery, with lessons to be learned from Canada's approach. These events and trends in Canada hold important lessons for the US. The two countries, while unique in their own ways, face many similar challenges. By examining Canada's past and present, the United States can glean valuable insights for its own journey towards a prosperous and inclusive future. Now, let's delve into these warning signs from Canada. First up, economic instability. Canada's economy, not unlike many others, has been on a roller coaster ride. A plunge in oil prices, a rise in unemployment, and a housing market that's showing signs of a bubble. This instability can be a cautionary tale for the US. The American economy is intertwined with Canada's, and a downturn north of the border can have repercussions for the US. Next, we observe social unrest. Canada has been grappling with issues such as indigenous rights, racial tensions, and a growing wealth gap. Sound familiar? These are not just Canadian problems, they are global issues. The US too faces similar challenges. The protests and demonstrations we've seen in Canada are a signal to the United States. These societal fissures can deepen if not addressed, leading to more division and unrest. Now on to political polarization. Canada, traditionally seen as a politically stable nation, has seen an increase in polarization. The divide between the right and the left has grown, with an upswing in populist sentiments. This polarization is not just about differing political opinions, it's about a widening chasm that can undermine the unity of a nation. The United States, already dealing with its own polarization, can look to Canada as a warning of what may lie ahead if these divisions continue to grow. Finally, the erosion of trust in institutions. Canadians' faith in their government, media, and other institutions has been waning. This loss of trust can lead to a breakdown in societal order and the undermining of democracy. It's a warning sign that the US should heed, as trust in American institutions has also been on a downward trend. These warning signs from Canada are a clear indication that the US needs to take action. Let's not view these as doom and gloom scenarios, but rather as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to make proactive changes before these warning signs become a harsh reality. What could happen if the US fails to heed these warnings? Let's take a moment to consider the potential fallout. If the United States chooses to ignore the lessons learned by our northern neighbor, the repercussions could be severe, influencing every corner of life. Imagine an economic landscape in turmoil. The stability we've grown accustomed to could crumble, leaving in its wake a trail of financial distress. Businesses might struggle to stay afloat amidst wavering markets, and households could face mounting pressures as their financial security is threatened. The ripple effects of such economic instability are far-reaching, potentially leading to an increase in unemployment rates and a decrease in overall living standards. But it's not just about economics. The social fabric of the United States could also be at risk. Social upheaval is a very real possibility, with communities finding themselves divided along lines of differing values and beliefs. The unity that we strive for could give way to discord as tensions rise and societal harmony is disrupted. Moreover, a political crisis might be on the horizon. The democratic principles that the United States holds dear could be compromised, leading to an erosion of trust in governmental institutions. The very foundations of our political system could be shaken, as citizens question the efficacy and credibility of their leaders. Yet it's important to remember that while these scenarios may seem daunting, they are merely potential consequences. They are projections of what could happen, not what will happen. The future is not set in stone, and the United States holds the power to change course. By learning from Canada's experiences, by understanding the warning signs and taking proactive steps to address them, the United States can steer clear of these potential pitfalls. It's about making informed decisions, about choosing the path of vigilance over complacency. The potential consequences are dire, but they are not inevitable. The future is in our hands, and it's up to us to shape it in a way that ensures prosperity, unity, and stability for all. So, what action should the U.S. take to avoid these potential consequences? Let's dive straight in. One of the key lessons to be learned from Canada's situation is the urgent need for comprehensive policy changes. For instance, the U.S. could consider adopting more stringent regulations on industries contributing heavily to environmental degradation. By doing so, we can ensure that our natural resources are preserved for future generations. It's also essential to stress the importance of social reforms. An inclusive society where every voice is heard and respected is the bedrock of a thriving nation. To achieve this, the U.S. needs to foster open dialogues on issues such as racial inequality, gender discrimination, and income disparity. Education, as always, plays a crucial role here. By nurturing an environment where critical thinking and empathy are valued, we can help create a society that is both aware of its problems and willing to work towards solving them. Beyond policy changes and social reforms, the role of political action cannot be overstated. Encouraging greater civic participation is a must. This can be done through initiatives that make it easier for citizens to vote and have their voices heard. Promoting transparency in governance and holding our leaders accountable are also vital steps in this direction. After all, a democracy thrives when its citizens are actively involved in shaping its path. Furthermore, the U.S. could also consider building stronger alliances with other nations, fostering a spirit of international cooperation. By working together, we can tackle global challenges more effectively and ensure a safer world for all. Finally, it's essential to remember that change doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and an unwavering commitment to our shared goals. As individuals, we can contribute by staying informed, engaging in meaningful dialogues, and holding ourselves and our leaders accountable. By taking these actions, the U.S. can avoid the potential negative consequences and ensure a more stable and prosperous future. Remember, the power to shape the future lies in our hands. Let's use it wisely. In summary, what are the key points we've discussed today? We've journeyed through the past and present of our northern neighbor, Canada, and spotted some significant warning signs. We've seen how political decisions, economic strategies, and societal shifts have led to a number of challenges. These challenges, while unique to Canada in their specifics, echo trends that we've begun to notice right here in the United States. We've discussed the potential consequences if the U.S. were to follow a similar path. These include economic instability, social unrest, and a potential erosion of our cherished democratic values. It's a chilling vision, no doubt, but one that's important for us to consider. But it's not all doom and gloom. We've also highlighted the necessary actions that we can take to steer clear of these pitfalls. These include fostering open dialogue, promoting economic diversity, and safeguarding our democratic institutions. It's about learning from our neighbors' experiences, not to criticize or fear, but to prepare and strengthen our own nation. And that's the crux of our conversation. Canada's journey serves as a cautionary tale, a mirror held up against our own society. It's a warning, yes, but also a call to action. An invitation to engage, to question, and most importantly, to act. Remember, the future is not set in stone. With awareness and action, we can shape a better future for the United States.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.